next board meeting, because at the next board meeting, what we hope to be presenting to you is the tentative budget. Which again, tentative means that it's just a draft. It goes to the county office a few days after you approve it, and then we have that period of time between the submission, the county reviews it, and our public presentation if we want to make adjustments to that budget.
Doug, I'm sorry, could you just clarify the date of the governor's message?
February 22nd. And the other piece?
Another one was the total cost to the district of special education.
I don't have that for you tonight, I'm sorry. But I will get it.
At the next board meeting?
Yes.
A third request I've made, I'm not sure whether you've agreed to provide it or not, but I want to make it again anyway, and that is the cost per student participant in each of our sports and activities.
Okay. And I believe there's one other piece of information that was requested, and that is that had to do with the utilization of technology. You recall that? That goes back 2 meetings ago, and because you were asking about the comparative, comparing us to other districts, and the only thing that I could find that comes from outside of our entity is the school report card. Within the school report card, it does show our school compared to the state average. So that's the only place that I was able to come up with that. Within the comparative spending guide, they don't specifically look at technology as an expenditure. It's aggregated with other expenses.
Any other old business? Would you like a report on the finance committee meeting? Budget meeting? Yeah. We met on January 31st for fear of snow on February 1st, and we had snow on February 1st. This was the second of the 2 meetings. We reviewed transportation, special services or special education, improvement of instruction with Dr. Hunter, staff development with Mr. Pendergrast, and then funds, functions, and programs, sort of a catch-all and payroll with Doug and with Dr. DiBattista. We are waiting for revenue numbers. We will not have them for the governor's address on February 22nd. And that is an obstacle to moving along with the budget at this point. In general, in case you've missed it, people who present these budgets, who control their budget areas, have been asked to reduce their budgets by 10%. That's been the directive. And for the most part, that's what's been done. I don't remember if that's, if we got it down in every single one, but that's the objective, once again, as last year. Am I missing anything there? No. That's it. Thank you, Jack. New business?
Yes.
Yes.
As all of you know, I'm the newest member of the board. I've been here since December, and I've had a chance to make several observations and, of course, attend several meetings. In particular, I'd like to talk about our negotiations, contract negotiations. Having witnessed especially the last meeting, I feel it would be appropriate to have a separate meeting with the board and the teachers themselves to sit down and go through the details of the budget and a possible, hopeful, quick resolution. I know the process has been a long one. I haven't been here for that, so I'm not here to comment on that. Rather, there's an obvious tension, and I have to believe that if we all sat down together in a room, worked through some of these issues, make sure everyone had the same information, that we would be moving on our way toward resolution. A month or 2 ago, or a meeting or 2 ago rather, I heard that we might go to fact-finding at some point. Now, I don't know all that entails, but I do know that we won't get an answer until perhaps September if we do that. Seems like an awful long time away. So in the interest of speeding up the process, I would like to request or suggest that we have a meeting whatever board members can attend, and the teachers themselves directly, and work through the issues. If there are any teachers here tonight, I'd love to hear your comments, and I would hope your willingness to want to partake in a session like that. Again, I haven't been here long, but I see no reason to hesitate to try to move ahead.
Thank you, John. I think that's certainly something that we can discuss, and in either case, we're trying to move forward on the negotiations
Sure.
and do that in a productive way. Any other new business? I just had a question about the calendar for 2011 and 12. I know this is getting closer to be the time of year when we discuss it. Is it March when we want to do it?
I actually received some questions from the K-8 superintendents today about the calendar. We started to put together a draft of it today.
Okay, all right. We had some questions from project graduation people for next year.
Okay.
Any other new business? And I'm going to open the public now again. Again, state your name and town, and then try to limit your comments to 5 minutes. Any questions or comments? Okay. And
I'll answer quickly.
oh, sure.
This year's calendar, Sharon Maciel. So because you approved it, we're giving back that Tuesday of President's Day?
Yes.
Yes, and there's one other day we have to make up, right?
Yes.
That's going to be the Friday?
Friday of the spring break, yes. And remember, that was decided last year. When we put the calendar out last year, the notation on it says that if extra snow days are needed, they will be taken from spring break, beginning with Friday and working backwards.
Any other questions or comments? And then I will close to the public. We'll take a very brief recess and go into executive session.